Hello and welcome to day 4 of Take Notice, and today I want to encourage you to spend more time outside. That's unless you spend all the day outside anyway, you don't need it reminding, but for many of us we spend a lot of time in our comfortable, warm, centrally heated houses and because it's easy and it's comfortable, but actually making the effort to go outside is so good for us. Research has shown that even having a pot plant in an office helps people to feel better, and having a view of some greenery from the window helps you feel better. So being outside absolutely is good for your well-being, physical, mental and emotional well-being. You can tie it in with walking with somebody else, that's really good for your social well-being as well. So the beauty of being outside for me is like all the chemicals, when you're walking through nature, walking through trees, they actually emit chemicals, and I don't know too much about that, but it is something that I've heard, and it rings true for me. Rather than being inside or on a busy main road, try and get out where there's lovely natural chemicals in the air. But the main thing for me is about being mindful and taking notice. When I'm in the house and then I go outside, I notice such a lot of stimulus. My senses, there's so much for my senses to think about when I'm outside. When I'm in, it feels flat and stale almost, and I don't notice when I'm in there. But then when I go out, I think, oh, maybe a breeze, the sun on my skin, the temperature, just smells and the sounds. So for many years I was a fair weather walker, and I would only go out if the weather's nice. And then I think it must have been lockdown that made me think, do you know what, I've got to get out, I've got to do something, and I'd heard it's good for me. So I got myself some rain pants and a raincoat and woolly hat, and every day I went, well, maybe one in 10 I wouldn't, but even less than that, most days I would go out, and even if it was a short walk round the block because the weather was so bad, or if it was a bit nicer, I'd go for longer. And it absolutely is a time for me to calm down if I'm feeling anxious, and a time for me to be aware and to be mindful, and sometimes just to remind myself that I'm just a small part in this big wide world, and maybe, just maybe, there's something out there who's got it all figured out, and I shouldn't worry so much about things, that I'm just a small part of the big picture. So yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mum really, and when I had lots of little ones, it was really hard for me to get out if they didn't want to go out, or if the weather was bad, and sometimes even taking them out was difficult if they didn't want to go, and it wasn't relaxing for me, and I wouldn't go, and I would not. But when I started to, I noticed the difference. Many times I've been in a bad mood and I've been really frustrated, and I've said, right, I'm going, and I've slammed the door behind me, really cost everybody. I'd even had a little cry on my walk and felt frustrated. But just walking around and being outside, having a bit of distance between me and whatever's happening, and I every time come back loving my kids again, loving my family again, feeling better about myself. Things just seem in perspective. So if you don't already, I know a lot of people have taken up walking over lockdown, which is a wonderful thing. Hopefully you can find just a little grassy area near you, just to clear your mind and get out in the lovely senses that are all around us. I hope you can make time to do that today. Okay, take care. So this is the meditation for week 1, Take Notice. So make yourself comfortable. You can either sit in a chair with your back supported and your neck loose, your head loose, or lie down, whatever's more comfortable for you. So you might want to pause the video now and get yourself comfortable. Maybe get some blankets if you want to lie down, and a pillow if you like, whatever works for you. Okay, so if you sat, have your feet on the floor and your hands on your lap, one on top of the other. And again, just make sure you can sit comfortably for the next 5 minutes. If you lay down, again, your legs uncrossed, falling away from you, and your arms by your side on the surface next to you. So if you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes, that would keep sensations away from you, so you can focus on the meditation and focus on your breath. So close your eyes if you can, if you feel comfortable and safe, but you can leave them open if you want to. And just start by taking 3 deeper than usual breaths. and you're staying within your comfort zone. But you might notice your belly filling up more than usual. You're not raising your shoulders or even raising your chest. You'll feel the difference in your belly. So when you feel like your body's full of oxygen and you're getting rid of extra waste products than usual, just let your breath return to a normal, gentle pace. Whatever feels natural to you. And you're not trying to guide your breath or manage your breath. You're just observing it. And observing your in-breath and your out-breath is a wonderful tool because it's there all the time. No need for special equipment or even a special posture. You could be sat at the traffic lights in the car, keeping your eyes open, or stood at a bus stop or in a queue, waiting at the school gates. Wherever it is, just take a few moments to check in with your breath. And this focusing on your breath will take attention from your mind and allow your body to reset, allow your mind to reset to its natural state of well-being. Thoughts will come, that's usual, and just let them pass like clouds. Notice them and let them go. Sometimes it may be a while before you realise you've been following a thought and you've not been focusing on your breath. And that's fine. As soon as you notice, there's no judgment, no criticism. Just take your attention back to your breath. And the more you do this, more regularly you do this as a daily practice, the easier it will be. And the more benefit you'll see. So notice your tummy rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. You might notice the air entering your nose and your nostrils. You might feel it inside your skull. And feel the warmth of your breath as you breathe out through your nose or mouth, whatever's best for you. And with every breath, and with every moment of not worrying, not thinking, you're helping your body and mind to reset to its natural state of well-being. You may hear sounds outside you, traffic or nature sounds. Maybe you can hear a conversation in the background. Whatever it is, just notice it. There's no judgment. It's just another thing to focus on, to give your mind a break. And you could do this for maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Not in the morning and maybe again at night. But just a 5-10 minute break in the day, or even a 5-10 second break, will do you the world of good. So now as we come to the end of today's meditation, just take 3 deeper than usual breaths. Just to let the body know it's time to think about moving. You might want to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes, especially when you've been in a longer meditation. A little stretch. When you're ready, open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you could do that every day, or most days, you will notice a difference over time. Have a good day.